gambling stories.
It did not feel like anything special. No big moment. No sudden change. No reason to remember that night. Just a small apartment, a quiet room. And Daniel sitting in front of his laptop. The kind of night that looks exactly like the one before. If someone walked past his window, they would not stop. They would not look twice. Nothing about it stood out. But inside, something was starting. Daniel was 27. Not broke. Not successful. Somewhere in between. A job that paid enough. A routine that never changed. A life that felt stable. But never exciting. Every morning looked the same. Alarm coffee screen messages. Problems. People complaining. And him answering. Fixing, repeating. It was not a bad life. That is what made it dangerous, because nothing pushes you to change. Nothing forces you to move, you just stay, and over time, you stop noticing how stuck you are. That night, he was not looking for money. Not really. He was looking for something to break the pattern. Something different. Something that felt like movement. The first time the ad appeared, he ignored it. Bright colors, big numbers, people celebrating. It looked fake, too easy. He closed it. A few minutes later, another one. Different colors, same idea. Win fast. Win big. He did not close it this time. Not immediately. He just looked at it. Little longer than before. There was no excitement yet. Just curiosity. A simple thought. What if? He leaned back in his chair, still staring at the screen. Nothing had happened, but something had started, and he did not even realize it yet. That was the moment. Not when he won, not when he lost, but right here, when the idea first felt possible. And that is always how it begins. The next night felt almost the same. Same room. Same chair. Same quiet. But something was different. Now he was thinking about it. The site was still open in his mind, the colors, the numbers, the idea. It did not feel ridiculous anymore. It felt possible. He opened the laptop, not fast, not impulsive, slow, almost careful, like he was pretending this was nothing. Sign up simple, too simple. The screen came alive, lights, movement, sound. It felt louder than his apartment, more alive than anything in his day. He hovered over the deposit, $10 small, enough to ignore, big enough to feel. For a moment he stopped, not because he was scared, because he was thinking, if this works, what does that mean? He clicked. The balance appeared, 10 clean. Real first, spin nothing. Second, nothing. Third, still nothing. He leaned back, a quiet smile. Of course, that made sense. Then win small. Barely anything. But it was not zero. He leaned forward again. Spin win. Now. It felt different. Not lucky. Not random, just slightly predictable. Another spin, another small win. His posture changed. Closer to the screen. More focused. The room disappeared a little. The day disappeared. Everything outside that moment faded. It was not about money. Not yet. It was about control, or at least the feeling of it. Spin lose. No reaction. Spin win. There it was again. That little confirmation. That quiet voice. You see, the balance moved. Up, down, up again. At some point, he stopped tracking the numbers and started chasing the feeling. Time passed. He did not. He noticed when he finally looked at the balance, it was higher. Not by much, but enough to matter. Enough to change how it felt. He sat back, exhaled slowly. This was not just entertainment anymore. It was something else. Something that could grow. Something that could turn into more. And that thought, that simple, quiet thought changed everything, because now he was not just playing. Now he was thinking, what if he tried more? The next few days changed the way he looked at everything. Not in a loud way, not in a dramatic way, quietly. Work felt slower. The same messages. The same problems. The same people. But now there was something else in the background, a thought waiting. He checked his balance during lunch. They're still higher than before. It did not feel like money, it felt like proof that evening. He did not hesitate. No pause. No second thoughts. He already knew what he was going to do. The room was the same, but he was not. He opened the site. The same lights, the same movement. But now it felt familiar. Comfortable deposit, 50. It did not feel risky. It felt logical. Spin, lose. Spin, win, spin, win. The rhythm came back faster than before. His breathing changed. More focused, more controlled. He leaned closer. Eyes locked. It started to feel like a system. Not random, not chaotic. Something with structure. That was the moment it shifted. Because when something feels random, you are careful. But when it feels predictable, you relax, and relaxed decisions are dangerous. Spin, win, spin. Lose. No frustration. No panic. Just adjustment. He changed the bet slightly higher. Spin, win. There. It was again. That confirmation. He nodded slightly, almost like he expected it. The balance moved. 50 became 100. 100 dropped to 70. 70 climbed to 150, up, down, up again. But the direction felt clear. He opened another tab, started searching strategies, patterns, ways to win, articles, videos, forums, people, explaining systems, explaining timing, explaining control. Most of it was noise, but it did not matter. He was not looking for truth. He was looking for agreement, something that matched what he already felt, and he found it. Comments, people saying it works, people showing wins, people confident. That was enough. Back to the game. Spin, win, spin, win. Now the wins felt normal, expected. The excitement was different, less surprise, more confidence. He leaned back, small, smile. This is not luck. He did not say it out loud, but the thought was there. Clear, he increased the bet again. Now every spin mattered more. Spin, lose, a pause. But no doubt, spin, win, balance climbing. The pattern felt real even if it was not. That is how it works. Not by convincing you completely, just enough. He started making decisions faster, switching games, adjusting bets, following instinct. And sometimes it worked. And that was enough, because every time it worked, it strengthened the belief you were figuring it out late. That night, the balance hit a new number higher than before. He stared at it, longer than necessary, not shocked, not surprised, satisfied. That feeling is different. It is not excitement. It is certainty. And certainty is dangerous. Because now losing does not feel like losing. It feels temporary, fixable, something you can correct. And when you believe that, you stop protecting what you have. You start using it, testing it, pushing it. That night, I lost part of it. Not everything, just enough to notice. He paused, looked at the number. Old Daniel would stop here, close the laptop, take the win. But this was not old Daniel. He leaned forward, deposit again. Not because he needed to, because it made sense to him. Recover, push higher. Repeat, spin, win. There it was, again. Proof. He exhaled, relaxed. See, from that moment, everything changed. He was no longer testing. He was playing with belief. And belief is stronger than logic. Days passed. Sleep got shorter, sessions got longer. The numbers grew. So did the bets. Small wins stopped mattering. He needed more. Because once you feel progress, you want acceleration. And once you taste control, you stop questioning it. One evening, he sat in the same chair, same room, same screen, but everything felt different. Because no, he was not hoping. He was expecting, and that expectation was about to be tested. Very soon, it started like any other night. That is what made it dangerous. Same room, same chair, same quiet. But something felt heavier, like the moment before something breaks. Daniel sat down slowly, not rushing, not excited, focused. He already knew what he was going to do. The site opened, lights moving, numbers shifting, familiar, almost comforting. Deposit, 300. No hesitation. This was not risk anymore. This was process. The game loaded. Same one. The one he trusted. Spin, nothing. Spin, nothing. Spin, nothing. The rhythm felt wrong. He leaned closer. Spin, lose. Again lose. Again balance dropping. 300. 200. 150. His jaw tightened. This was not new. He had seen this before, and every time, the turn came after. Spin, nothing. 100. He did not move. Spin. 70. Now the room felt quieter. Spin 40. That feeling returned. Not fear, not yet. Tension. Spin 20. He stopped. For the first time that night, his hand stayed on the mouse. Still, this was the edge. The point where logic speaks. Stop, walk away. But logic sounded weaker now, because a memory was louder. You have done this before. He clicked spin. The screen moved. Slow, heavy. Everything narrowed. Sound faded. Just the reels. And then, something changed. The lights. The sound. The movement. Different win. Not small, big. The numbers started climbing. Fast 20 became 200. 200 became 900. 900 became 1800. He froze. Not moving. Not blinking. His brain lagged behind the moment. This was real, but it did not feel real. He stood up suddenly. The chair slid back. Wait. He looked. Again. Still there. Still climbing. 1800 from 20. His breathing changed. Fast. Now, but he did not stop. That is the part people never understand. The first big win does not end the session. It begins it. He sat down again. Spin win. Spin win. The rhythm flipped. Everything that was not working now worked. Every spin hit balance rising. 1800, 3000, 5000. He laughed. Not controlled, not quiet loud, because it felt unreal, because it was happening too fast. He walked around the room, hands on his head. This is insane. Back to the screen. Spin win, 7000. Spin win, 9000. At this point, it stopped being exciting. It became surreal, like watching someone else. He opened the withdraw page. The number sat there. Large. Heavy. All he had to do was click, take it, leave, end. But then, that thought, what if it keeps going? He closed the tab, back to the game. Spin win, 10,000. Spin win, 12,000. Numbers kept climbing. 15,000, 1820. And finally, it stopped. 23,000. Silence. He stared at it. Not smiling. Not reacting. The feeling disappeared. Replaced by something else. Disbelief. Is this real? He checked. Again. Still there, still real. And in that moment, something changed, because, no, we knew it was possible, and once you know that, everything changes. The next morning felt quiet. Too quiet. 23,000 still there. He should have stopped, but he didn't play. Again, just a little spin win, nothing special. Spin lose. Still nothing. The feeling was gone. 500. Felt small. 1,000 felt normal, so he pushed bigger. Bet spin lose, spin lose. The balance dropped. 20 became 18, 17, 15. Now it felt real pressure. This is where people break, but something stopped him. Not fear, not logic, memory. That moment when he felt nothing. He looked at the balance. Again, 15,000 still enough, and for the first time, different thought appeared. What if this is enough? Didn't move. No clicks, no spins, just silence. The game was still open, waiting, but he saw it now, the loop again. And again, he closed the tab just like that. No drama, just stopped. And that was it. Not the win, the decision, because the real win was not the 23,000. It was stopping before it became zero.
I really hope you enjoyed this story. If you've ever played any gambling games yourself, I'm sure you felt something very similar at some point. That rush, those emotions, that roller coaster. If you liked it, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring you more real stories like this. And here's a little surprise for you. In every video of this series, there's a hidden number or letter. Collect them all across the upcoming episodes, crack the secret code, and a special prize will be waiting for you. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and good luck. See you in the next story on Gambling Stories.